What are you doing?
Just checking if it's working.
We've checked it 3 times in about half an hour.
I know. I just want it to ring. I just want to be told something.
Yeah, well, no one's going to get through if you keep picking the phone up.
Rod hasn't rung, has he? He must know something by now.
Well, he'll only just got there.
And what were the police doing next door, checking up on us?
I suppose they've got to.
I just want to be told something.
There's the paperwork and everything, isn't there? It takes ages. Rod's always moaning about it.
Do you think he's all right?
Just sit down and relax, will you?
Oh, you're right, Trace. I know there's nothing we can do.
Just have to wait and see, eh?
Put the kettle on again, will you?
You're gonna burst.
Been a bit of a long night, has it, Mr. Corkill?
You could say that, yeah.
Sleep well?
Joking, aren't you? Sugar, help yourself.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready for this.
Where's your mate gone home? Has he gone for a kip?
Keep you awake, did he?
Same questions over and over. Little parrot, isn't he?
You had any breakfast yet?
I've had a gut full of this place, never mind breakfast. When am I getting out?
Are you hungry?
I'm starving, yeah.
Room service let us down again, has it, Constable? Mr. Corkill hasn't had any breakfast.
Well, sort something!
They don't like it, you see, being treated like waiters. Well, you wouldn't, would you? Skilled man like yourself, skivving around after a bunch of Friday night drunks and no-hopers. Present company accepted, of course. What is it you do again?
I'm an electrician.
Must keep you busy. A lot of work going for good sparks these days.
So they say.
What does that mean?
It means they say there's lots of work going for good sparks.
Good job, really, though, isn't it? I mean, a man in your position, mortgage, teenagers. Need a bit of a cash flow coming in, don't you? Keep your head above water.
Why isn't the tape recorder on?
We can run it if you like. I thought we were just chatting. How's the tea?
What's wrong with my furniture?
I don't want a house full of Euro rubbish, do I?
And what am I supposed to do with it?
Look, Mr. Cross, I bought the house, not the furniture. So the furniture goes when we move in, all right?
Who's we?
Well, I'm hardly likely to move in without me kids now, am I?
That's all we need. We can't get kids around here.
You like kids, though?
One grandchild, yes. But not a load of tearaways that'll be breaking the windows.
No, give them a chance. They haven't moved in yet.
Right, thanks a lot for giving me a chance to get a head start.
My pleasure.
Now then, what about a date?
Oh, you're a smooth talker, love. No one's ever asked him for a date that quick before.
Completion date. He's ignorant. The sooner the better, I say.
Well, what about October the 27th?
Can't see why not. Right, Ralph. Down tools. This greenhouse won't be here much longer.
But I'm potting up me crocuses.
Well, you've no need to. This is going back to its rightful owners.
Hey, hang on. I didn't say you could touch the greenhouse.
I did.
All right, come on.
Never mind, come on. You got a bargain buying this house, robbing an old age pensioner.
It's a fixture, though, isn't it?
Do you mind?
Well, why doesn't it come with the house?
Because Ralph and I sit in it on rainy days.
No, we don't.
Whose side are you on? Look, it was your idea in the first place for me to get rid of all my furniture, so I'm getting rid of this as well. Garden furniture. We'll put it behind the bungalow.
One or two of our older officers started telling me about your brother Frankie. Unlucky, eh? If you can call being stabbed to death by your own kind unlucky.
What's our Frankie got to do with anything? He's been dead years.
Your Frankie might have put someone away for a long time, and now that someone's out and he's coming after you because your family is paying a debt.
You're joking.
Your Frankie might have damaged the father, and now the son's grown up. Revenge. Set Billy Corkill up. Someone might have been carrying a grudge against the Corkills for a very long time. This might go way back.
I'd know if someone was after me.
What about your lad? Who's after him?
He shouldn't be brought into this.
He hasn't got any choice, has he? He's in it as deep as you are. The copper's father with form thinks he can get away with murder.
Murder?
Thinks his son will get him let off. I can see the headlines. No chance.
I'm not saying nothing about Rod.
I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you where you stand. OK, you've got a good alibi. It's being checked even as we speak. We know it's good, but you can see why we have to be extra careful. Your son's made a good start in life, you know. He's made a better start than your Frankie did.
Do you think I get mixed up in something heavy after what happened to him?
You didn't know it would be heavy, though, did you?
I had nothing to do with it. He was me brother, you know, Frankie. You grow up with something like that hanging over you, don't get involved, do you?
Let's talk about your Jimmy.
Right, I'll see you then.
What about the sofa?
Oh, it's not my style.
Well, make me an offer.
Look, an empty house, that's what I want.
Well, hope you have better luck getting rid of that fella Sullivan than I did.
Oh, don't you worry, he'll soon be gone. I'll see you.
See ya.
Oh.
Aye, aye. Somebody died.
There seems to be no reply. Can you help me at all?
I'll do my best.
I've come to pay my respects.
Respects? Who to?
The late Mr. Ralph Hardwick.
The late Mr. Ralph Hardwick.
My attention was drawn to the announcement in the paper.
Oh, I see.
Such a shock. I thought I might come round and help with the arrangements.
Very thoughtful of you.
I'm Mrs. Miller.
I'm Mr. Cross.
We were such good friends, you see. But he never invited me to his home. Such propriety. Am I in the right place?
Spot on. As a matter of fact, if you come with me, I'll introduce you to somebody you should see.
Oh, I wouldn't want to intrude.
Oh, no trouble, love. No trouble at all. You can share your grief.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. Is this your house?
Yes, this is my house, love. Come on. Lady, come to pay respects.
Who to?
The late Mr. Ralph Hardwick.
Poor Ralph. Such a shock.
Oh, you're not wrong there.
Get the lady a seat.
Thank you. You knew him, did you?
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
Oh, we'll all miss him, you know. Especially the children. Loved him like a granddad, they did. Poor little souls.
Shame. Yeah.
Did he know about these children?
Oh, well, they're not blood relations, of course. But he promised them so much. When I'm gone, he used to say, make sure the children are provided for. Lovely man.
Generous soul, too, eh?
Of course, he had been sick a while enough.
Well, to be honest, the last time I saw him, he had that look about him. Poor Ralph, I thought. He's not long for this world. But you can't say anything, can you?
Oh, you can't, no.
You have to keep your feelings to yourself.
No, you do, you do.
Was it a painful death?
It would have been if we'd have let it go on any longer. But just between us, we had to put him out of his misery.
Oh, dear.
Well, you know, when that's setting in. And he was foaming at the mouth for days.
Terrible.
It wasn't that bad.
You know those big staring eyes of his? They were all blood red. Possessed. He was barking like a dog.
Poor man.
Mrs. Miller's come about the will.
Oh, what a pity. Because he left all his money to a home for sick budgies.
He was very fond of the birds.
Harry.
Cursed as well he was.
No.
Yes, he put the curse on this con woman called Mrs. Miller. Give us that bucket of water, will you, Ralph?
You'll have to excuse me. There seems to have been some kind of a mistake.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a well-brought-up woman like you.
Oh, it's time I was away.
But we haven't been introduced yet. My name's Ralph Hardwick. It's written on that wreath.
Go on, beat it, coming round here preying on old persons' weaknesses. Give us that bucket.
No, let me do it. No.
Ah, she's gone now. That's the trouble you get yourself into, looking for relatives.
Well, I didn't know it was going to turn out like this.
You learn something to your advantage. That's what you put in the advert. No wonder you were conned. And all that rubbish about you being a kind person and good to children, I think she got the wrong Ralph Hardwick.
What are you doing home? Thought it was my dad.
Been sent home. I'm gone, it's all right. Not been sacked or anything. Just to keep me out of the way, you know, save any embarrassment.
What about your dad?
They wouldn't let me near him. They had him up all night answering questions. That's all I know.
All night?
You're all right, he won't come to no harm.
He loves you, you know. He loves you both.
We'll try again. You were with your wife
Yes.
and your brother Jimmy,
Yes.
and you didn't leave.
I've told you.
You didn't leave at all,
No.
and you weren't drinking.
No.
Nothing?
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
Well, just a glass to drink a toast.
You didn't overindulge.
Well, why should I?
Why not? You only live next door. You wouldn't have to drive home. So you have a few drinks. Get a bit of fire in the blood. Have a chat with your Jimmy, few more beers, the memory gets a bit loose. You can't remember, can you? You can't remember your Jimmy taking you to meet the boys. That's all they are, you know. They're boys, and they needed a driver. They're hardly even old enough to drive themselves. They're down the corridor now. It's like snitching at school to them. You see, they're not old-fashioned enough to remain silent to protect their mates, and you're not one of their mates anyway, are you? You were steaming drunk, and that's why you crashed the car.
I didn't do it.
These kids are the same age as your own son.
I wasn't anywhere near
This
it.
is armed robbery, Billy.
Don't you get the chance to sleep round here?
Not when there's an innocent shopkeeper who ends up almost bleeding to death.
What do you want me to say?
Why did you do it?
You've had me up all night.
Because you needed the money?
What are you trying to do, eh?
Why?
There must be rules about this.
Are they going to take your house away?
Is he allowed to do this?
You're up to your eyes in debt, aren't you? What was the alternative? Send the wife out on the game?
You shot at you. She's a good wife. You say nothing you. She's a good mother. Don't you try and tell me I haven't got a good family. I'll put you through that wall, pal. Wasn't very clever, was he? Threatening a copper.
Well, at least it was only threatening. Have you home for tea, all being well?
You are?
Might be able to sort it.
Sooner better for me.
Take a couple of hours, though. Takes a bit of organising, a line-up.
What?
Identity parade. Let's see how good this supermarket manager's memory is, shall we?
I see Billy Corkin's not back yet. It was this time yesterday they whisked him off.
Always knew he was a bad one.
Oh, he's done us a few favours.
We should lock him up and throw away the key.
He's not the only one. I can't get over the nerve of that woman that came here this morning.
Chances, preying on people's grief.
Aye, Crook's taking advantage. I'll have to reword that advert, make it quite clear I'm not dead.
Put one in for me as well. House contents for sale.
What got me was the fact that somebody who didn't even know me would have been quite happy if I'd been 6 feet under, stone cold, 100% dead.
And not just from the neck up.
Right! You can pot your own begonias for that.
5th. Barbecue, sound all right?
In October?
It's the last chance we'll get for a while.
In the rain. I bet you it'll rain.
Won't rain, guarantee it.
It'd be too cold.
Indian summer.
Oh, yeah.
Look, we've got a garden and we haven't had a barbie. People will begin to think we're strange.
Well, it won't exactly turn us into social outcasts, will it? Anyway, I'm just popping next door, won't be a minute.
You're going next door?
That's what I said.
I don't think you should.
Why not? She'll be worried sick.
Because she'll start crying on your shoulder and you'll start patting her on the head and it'll go on and on and on.
Don't be daft. She needs some sympathy.
Right, I'll go. I'll be in and out in a minute.
You're a bit keen all of a sudden.
To be honest, I don't think I want you going in there. He's up for armed robbery, you know, Laura.
And we don't even know if he's been charged yet.
And we don't know what goes on behind closed doors in an armed robber's house, do we?
All right. How about we both go?
Right. Give me a minute.
Who are we going to invite then?
Alex and Rebecca. I thought maybe Tim, Patsy.
Are you sure they're still together?
Yeah. Did a bit of detective work.
Like what?
Like both their names are still on the answering machine?
How can we have a barbecue when we haven't even got one?
We'll have to go out and buy one, won't we?
Mr. Reardon, hello, come
Hello.
in. Now, this is quite straightforward.
I hope so.
The basic rule being that I can't come in with you because I'm involved with interviewing the suspect. So it'll be Inspector Maddox who comes in with you.
Fair enough.
So, there'll be 9 men in the room, and they each have a number. If you recognise the man who was driving the car, just take a note of that number. Oh, yes, and the card. The inspector will have the words from your statement, the words you heard the man say in the car. If you want to hear any man in the lineup repeat those words, you just ask the inspector, OK? Don't be nervous. Carry on, Constable. Give us a shout when they're ready.
Who is it, Trace?
It's only us.
Oh, you'll have to excuse us. We're in a bit of a mess at the moment.
I know what you mean. We're exactly the same.
Can we do something for you?
Well, we thought we'd better let you know we both had a visit from the police this morning.
I saw them at your door this morning. Sit down. I'm sorry you've both been dragged in.
No problem. Just routine inquiries. I know they always say that, but they weren't heavy or anything.
Do they come to where you work?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. We're used to dealing with the law.
It'll reflect badly on you both at work, though, won't it?
No, nothing to worry about.
Have you heard anything yet?
Nothing. I've been going mad sitting here waiting.
You must feel really helpless.
You do?
Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. I don't think so. What do you think, Rod?
Well, he refused to have a solicitor. Said I'd make him look guilty.
Brave man.
Actually, I didn't mean legal help. I just meant help, that's all.
It's a bit difficult as well, you know, being witness to Billy's whereabouts means we shouldn't get too involved. Anyway, we're more company law than criminal law.
I think we're all right, thanks. Anyway, I've got Rod and Tracy.
Yeah.
Right, well, we'll leave it to you then.
Do you mind me asking what they said?
Well, they just wanted to check in at the wedding reception, that's all. Did you tell them you had been?
Sure, yeah. Had to tell them we weren't there all afternoon, though. Remember, we had to leave?
On your honeymoon, of course.
Yeah. But there are dozens of other people who vouch for him.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be all right.
Did you have a nice honeymoon?
Oh, lovely, thanks.
It was great, thanks. Went to Turkey.
Yeah, well, as I say, I'm sorry you got dragged in.
Come on then, Laura. We'll leave you to it.
Bye.
Turkey? I wouldn't go to Turkey if you paid me.
Fall line, gentlemen, please.
I go there, mate.
Could you ask number 3 to read the words on the card, please?
Yeah, Mum. I couldn't love. I'd choke on it.
Why don't you give them a ring, eh? They're your mates, aren't they?
Number 7, please.
I haven't got a mask. They're bringing him in here and I haven't got a mask. Don't let him see me face.
Cheers, mate. I'll do the same for you sometime. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. See ya. They've put him in an identity parade. They've got the supermarket manager in.
Oh, no.
Well, that's good, Mum. That'll prove he wasn't there. There's no way that fella can say it was me dad.
People make mistakes, Rod. Their memories play tricks.
Don't worry about it.
How can I not worry about it? Your dad's been locked up all night. I'm going through every minute with him. problem. What happens if this man does identify him? He'll have to go to prison. You know what they'll say? They'll bring your Uncle Frankie up, and you know your dad made a couple of mistakes when he was younger. They'll all count against him.
He won't be picked out.
You can't be sure, though.
He'll have never seen him before.
I'm going to phone again, see if it's over.
Oh, you can't. I'll get the desk sergeant in trouble. He wasn't even supposed to tell me that they were having a line-up.
I'm going down there.
You'll do no good.
I'm doing no good just standing here.
Oh, you'll do better putting some tea on for him.
Roger, will you stop talking as if it's nothing? They could be charging your dad this minute.
Mum, listen, will you? The sergeant said yesterday that the questioning was just a formality.
This sergeant know everything, does he?
Well, he does as it goes, yeah. I told you yesterday, that Gene fella who had a go at you, right? Well, he's only trying to get me dad dragged in to take the sense off himself.
Well, what else did the sergeant say?
Well, the sergeant said that this Gene might have found out I was a copper, and he's getting at me via me dad.
And what will the sergeant say when your dad gets 10 years?
He won't lock him up. He's not guilty, is he?
OK, thanks a lot. You've been a great help. You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
Hey, could have picked any one of us out in there, couldn't he, eh?
Right there.
Hey, that would have upset the missus, wouldn't it, eh?
Yeah, missus.
Anyway, gotta get going now, lads.
Yep.
OK.
Okay.
See you then.
See you.
Ta-ra now.
Ta-ra.